Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and was later adopted and developed by the Romans. The Stoics believed that the key to a happy and fulfilled life was the development of self-control and inner fortitude, also known as ataraxia and apatheia in Greek. Self-control, or sophrosyne in Greek, is the ability to control one's impulses and desires. This is seen as an essential aspect of Stoic philosophy, because the Stoics believe that our impulses and desires often lead us to act in ways that are detrimental to our well-being. By developing self-control, we can learn to resist these impulses and desires, and instead make rational choices that gel well with our values and goals. Inner fortitude, or andreia in Greek, is the ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. By developing inner fortitude, we can learn to remain calm and composed in difficult situations, which in turn allows us to make rational choices that align with our values and goals. The Stoics believed that the key to developing self-control and inner fortitude was through the practice of virtue ethics. This means that the Stoics believed that the goal of life was to become a virtuous person, and that the path to becoming a virtuous person was through the practice of the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. They believed that by focusing on these virtues, one can cultivate the necessary inner strength to handle the curveballs life will throw at you. One of the key practices of Stoicism is negative visualization, which is the practice of regularly visualizing the worst-case scenario in one's life. The idea is that by regularly contemplating the worst possible outcome, one will be better prepared to handle difficult situations when they arise. Additionally, it will help to appreciate what we have rather than dwelling on what we lack. Another practice is premeditatio malorum, which is the practice of contemplating potential misfortunes in advance. This practice helps to prepare the mind for potential difficulties and to be ready for them. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. This means accepting and even embracing whatever happens in life without complaining or wishing things were different. This is closely related to the Stoic idea of acceptance, which is the ability to accept things that are outside of our control without resistance or struggle. The Stoics believe that by accepting and embracing whatever happens in life, we can free ourselves from the emotional turmoil caused by resistance and struggle. Instead, we can focus on what we can control, which is our own thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Let's take a look at some benefits of practicing negative visualization. By regularly contemplating the loss of things one values, one becomes more appreciative of them in the present. By mentally rehearsing the loss of things one values, one becomes better able to cope with the actual loss if and when it occurs. And by regularly contemplating the potential loss of things one values, one becomes less emotionally attached to them, making it less likely that one will be negatively affected by their loss. Another Stoic practice is the discipline of desire, which is the practice of examining our desires and impulses and learning to distinguish between those that are rational and those that are not. Let's delve into some benefits of practicing discipline of desire. Increased self-control. By practicing discipline of desire, one learns to control and direct one's desires and impulses, leading to greater self-control and self-mastery. Reduced stress and anxiety. By learning to detach oneself from one's desires, one becomes less affected by their frustration and less likely to experience stress and anxiety as a result. Improved relationships. By learning to control one's desires, one is less likely to act impulsively which can lead to improved relationships with others. Increased focus and concentration. By learning to detach oneself from one's desires, one becomes better able to focus on the task at hand and to concentrate on what is important. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the concept of egoism, which is the belief that the ultimate goal of life is to live in harmony with one's own nature. The Stoics believed that by living in harmony with our own nature, we can achieve a state of inner peace and fulfillment. By understanding our own limitations, we can avoid setting unrealistic goals and instead set realistic and achievable goals that align with our own nature. This can lead to a greater sense of accomplishment and satisfaction when we do achieve them. By focusing on what we can control in our lives and letting go of what we cannot control, we can reduce stress and anxiety. By accepting that certain things are outside of our control, we can let go of the need to control them and instead focus on what we can control, such as our own thoughts and actions. In the fast-paced, technology-driven world we live in, it can be easy to get caught up in the constant bombardment of information and distractions. Stoicism offers a way to step back and focus on what is truly important. Think of it as a mental filter that helps you sift through the noise and prioritize what truly matters. Stoicism is like having a personal life coach that helps you set realistic goals and find fulfillment in the things that truly matter. In short, Stoicism can be seen as a set of tools that can help you navigate the modern world and find inner peace, balance, and fulfillment. It is a philosophy that has stood the test of time and can be applied to the problems and challenges of today. And on that note, it's time for us to call it a day. We do hope that you liked the video and found it informative. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.